All right, folks. So give me some feedback. What have you learned? Patients will pay. That's right. Dollars, okay. Use an MTI in the roadmap. To listen. That's great. Joseph said, you take for granted all the amazing tools that Tom and the DTI bunch have put together over the years. They're essential and priceless. They are amazing, aren't they? Think about all the time and effort went into developing these things. I mean, goodness gracious. Just great tools. All right, there's risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, you got to have the tools, you got to have a plan, you got to have a process. The other thing you got to overcome is your fear. Okay? Your fear. Your fear gets in the way of you making money. Okay? You got to trust that if I put you in a trade, I'm going to watch that trade. And first thing for me to put you in trade, I got to feel really strong that I got the direction identified. Okay. Last night, TNT, no doubt about it, I wanted to buy the TQQ and I posted it into the room. Get long the TQQ. How hard is that? Get long it. I also said Tesla was a buy. Tesla went up to 351 overnight. Okay. So if you're in TNT, you got to take advantage of what I'm doing. I mean, that program, that program is so valuable for a lot of different reasons, in my opinion. This picture I've been showing you, it's a map. This is a map of how to, not perfect, but it gives us a flow of how people perceive and what they do. People repeat patterns. Let me give you an example. Has anybody ever been into a classroom where everybody goes back to the same seat every day without even being assigned? In other words, you go to class on day one, you come back, everybody goes to the same seat. This is the same philosophy here, is that 4 years ago, the Trump people operated a certain way. And this is a good roadmap, best one we got for how things are going to go this time. Okay. And then we took it further. I took it down to details, talking about warning days. Yesterday, I sent a video out to tell you that the warning was over. It's time to get long. And we started doing some trades. Today, we've done a lot more. But the point is, we got a runway of about 6 days to that next Friday. Somebody said, how high do I think we go? Minimum, I think we're going to go to 6,000. Maybe not today, but we're going to go there. Okay. And I think that's what I'm saying. And I'll update you, at the different times to do it. Okay. Here's some recent trades we did. There's the BitO trade. What a great trade that was. Look at that. 229% on BitO. I put it out in the after hours. I said, Bitto's getting cash flow. I recognize it in the afternoon. I do it so often when I can focus on these stocks. I'm looking at the market after the market closes. I say, hey, Bitto's going up. It was 18 at the time that I posted that. It's at 22 now. That's quite a move. XSP, weekend side hustle, bang, 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 working like a charm, about 7 weeks in a row. Tesla, we're wearing Tesla out right now. It's 348. Have I said I thought Tesla was not going higher? No, because I think it's going a lot higher. I think we're at the early stages of it booming. After July, it's really going to be cooking. I'm long-term long Tesla. And I'm trading it here and there. Uber, new trade that we did. What a trade that was. Uber, and we did another one back to back. I doubt if he's got a billboard for it because it happened today. Uber, AMD. I told you I like this stock. MU, this trade I noticed last week. This thing's got some legs, and today it's surging. It's 97.82. I think it's going to 110. Palantir, I told you this stock took my money last year, but I'm taking it back. One trade at a time with Palantir. 16% return right there. XSP, weekend side hustle, popped it again. Tesla, hit it again. It's like, play it again, Sam. So this time, play it again, Tom. Mike, MST, look at that buzz fly there.
Yeah, that should say Microsoft.
Yeah, I thought it did. Microsoft, 23% return. They're just tickers to me. Best way to deploy capital. I'd take whatever capital I got, divide it by 10. Simple. Y'all remember this morning when I sent out a video and said, I actually said it on T-Buzz TV, I thought I was going to think about it. I came back, looked at it after walking and working out and said, it's going to be a blockbuster day. How would I know this? How would you know this? By staying in sync with my daily reports. T-Buzz Talking Trade. Let's look what I posted this morning. How valuable is it to know what the direction of the day is before the day ever printed in the Wall Street Journal? You tell me. Bob says revenge trading was a practice to avoid. That's not revenge trading, Bob. That's just me studying the stock for about 6 months and getting my money back with interest. That's not revenge trading. That's being smart. I lost a battle, but I didn't lose the war. Carol says her accounts increased 2.77% today. Not bad. Way to go, Carol. I post a big picture overnight. Look at that. This is all in TNT. Here's the Magic 5 today. Tesla. Yeah, it played out. Look at this. Palantir didn't, but AMD did, CRWV did, and TQQ did. 4 out of 5 hit. I don't get it. This is so valuable to have. What am I missing? Am I talking to a crowd that wants to make money? Targeting 6,000. That's where I gave a target. Dave, you were asking where the target is. All you got to do is read right there. posted in TNT. I posted last night's low. I said I'm using 59.14 as my all bets off number. So I'm going to let my Tesla run this morning. It went to 351. I said Bitcoin's positive. That's where I gave the daily pivot and T-Buzz TV. Anybody remember what my daily pivot was? Look at it. Look at that pivot today and look at where the market's trading right now. $59.35, right? You had it this morning. Now this is something I'm running inside TNT. It's called my sunrise signal. Comes out at 8:10 in the morning. Write that time down. That's an important time to check and figure out what the signals, the computerized signal, very similar to Genesis, is telling us that early in the morning. Let's see what it said. Look at it. Everybody got the time? What did it say? Johnny, can you read that? What did it say? It's very simple. What did it say, Jonathan? At the end, what does it say down there?
Hey, it says sunrise. Says be long.
Is that simple? Come on, folks. I don't know anybody else can do that. I did that this morning at 10 after 8. That's huge. Read Chuck's morning update. He does this every morning. It's good stuff. Well, Monday morning, I'll be doing the same thing. Laying it out. I use the reference bars. They paint the picture of what's next for the market. And look, this is what I do. I go back during the day and I look at these numbers to see where the market is relative to these numbers. That's a Genesis bar. Does everybody see that low there? 59.41. Everybody see that? This uptrend's in force. That doesn't mean it's turning south. It just means if it got below 59.41, I'd back off my bullishness. Everybody understand that? Okay? What's next? Trading around the clock. That's what we do. Right there. How much did I charge for this, Johnson? About $2,000 a month?
No way. Not 2,000 a month. Try 200.
200 a month's all I charge for this service?
$200 a month.
Dave just said you charge way too little for what you get. Anyway, learn more about it. Go to 24-hour trading. I reach out to you in the 24-hour method here, give you information that you can use. You can use it on the go too. All you gotta do is read it off your phone. 24-hour trading. By the way, I'm doing a lot more stocks at night now that they trade 24 hours. Chris said, I purchased the VIP, best money I've ever spent. Thanks, Chris. Any questions about my T-Buzz talk and trade? SP likes this TNT. All right, today, let's summarize everything. Nobody that's been with me all day has an excuse anymore. I took today to show you the power of MTI, okay? MTI by DTI, roadmap software, gotta have it. Genesis Algo, gotta have it. Important part of the day. And don't leave home without this one, T-Buzz Talk and Trade. That's what I covered today. I'll be back at 3:00, and we're going to talk a little bit about futures. We had a huge night in futures last night. Frank made $2,700. $2,700 off what I said last night. Way to go, Frank. So, Jonathan, when are we going to come back? What time? 3:00 for the final wrap up for the week?
That's it, 3:00 Eastern time.
Anybody got any questions? And I appreciate everybody hanging with me. The numbers have stayed strong all day. So y'all got a lot out of it, and I'm glad we were able to do it today. Can't do this all the time, but we did it today. Be back in an hour and 8 minutes. Walk around and think about what I covered today and say to yourself, do you really want to trade without having these tools? I don't think you do. All right. See you at 3.